Hi there guys, in this video we're going to have a look at a Lee Enfield aftermarket magazine. This one is manufactured by ProMag. I believe it is made in the USA if I'm not mistaken. It says it has a lifetime warranty, and this particular one is for a number 4 style of rifle. They also manufacture an Enfield magazine for the number 1 Mark III style of rifle. They are not interchangeable. You will notice that these are quite angular compared to an original Lee Enfield magazine. Original Lee Enfield magazines are rounded off at the bottom. These are made with a different technique. They are made more like a modern, AR-15, AK, whatever style of mag with a separate base plate, whereas a factory original Lee Enfield magazine is basically one bottom piece and all the guts go in from the top. So these come apart like a modern style of magazine. You can push in the detent there, slide the floor plate off, take the spring out, and so forth. Anyway, perhaps we'll take it apart later on, but at the moment we're just going to load it up, see if it holds the 10 rounds that it says it will take. So I've got some full metal jacket ammo here, and we'll just see if it takes the factory full 10 rounds. And Lee Enfield mags kind of hold the cartridges at the back and at the front. You can see the feed lips here, and then these other guide lips at the front. And of course, if you're going to load these one at a time, you might as well make sure you get the rims in the right order. Some of the commercial ammunition has very square rims, and it will tend to rim lock more so than the original military style rims. It's a pretty good spring in this thing. There's 8. There's 9. And there's the 10th one. So it does indeed hold 10. Let's try an 11th. It shouldn't go in, but let's just try it to see. No, that's it. 11 is the number. So let's load this thing up in the rifle and see how it feeds. Okay, the mag seated and locked. There's a little bit of play in it when it's in the gun, but hopefully that won't be an issue. Unlike the factory mag, these actually will lock the bolt open when the mag is empty. Let's see how easy these are to load when they're in the gun and not removed. The original Lee Enfields back in the 1890s were issued with, I believe, one magazine attached to the rifle with a little chain, and then one or two spares. But after a while, the British decided that it was just easier to have a charger loading magazine, and they only issued the rifles with the one mag. So the standard practice for military use was to load the magazine in the gun. The mag only come out for the purposes of cleaning for military use. Anyway, let's see how it loads when it's actually in the rifle. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 'It's getting hard to load. What am I doing there? 6, 7, 8, 9, and finally 10. Hopefully. There we go. It's definitely a little trickier to load while it's in the rifle than to take it out and load it. This magazine comes out of the rifle the same way that the original factory ones would. Simply push on the magazine release lever and pull the magazine out. Alright, initial impressions are that it is indeed functional. It's not quite as smooth as an original magazine. It's a little bit more balky to feed from when it's full, but of course it is new, so perhaps it would smooth up a little bit with some use. As far as aesthetics go, you know, the bluing is reasonable, the polishing is reasonable, there's no big giant marks on it. It does fall down in respect of the fact that it is very, very angular, and it does take away from the appearance of the rifle, in my opinion. Now, why would you want such a thing? This is a good example of a product that has a little bit of a limited application in my books. If you can get access to an original magazine for a reasonable price, I would say you'd be better off to buy an original factory mag. However, if the price of the original factory mag becomes excessive, some places want $75 and $80, then perhaps one of these is not a bad deal if you can get it for, you know, $35 or $40. I don't think I'd pay $50 for one of these. I think I'd look around for a factory original mag. And what kind of gun would you want to use one of these in? Well, I don't think they are really the kind of thing you would put in a nice factory original condition Lee Enfield. If you have one with full wood, I think you should go look for an original factory mag. This poor old thing, it's been rather horribly sporterized. You can see that the receiver's been drilled for a side scope mount. Somebody sanded the hell out of the wood and the metal's actually proud. It's not a fine example, so this kind of a mag doesn't really take too much away from the aesthetics of it, although it is a little bit uglier than the original. Alright guys, I guess that'll conclude our little test of this ProMag Lee Enfield No. 4 magazine. Put probably about 30 shots through it this afternoon without any particular issues, so it does seem to work as advertised. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, and if you have any comments, always appreciate hearing from you, and also appreciate any ratings you might want to throw the way of the channel. Anyway, until the next one, thanks for watching. Talk to you later.